Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Abington High School, where the players and fans of Abington High School Green Wave basketball welcome the Raiders of Watertown High to tonight's MIAA Division III Sweet 16 playoff game. Please direct your attention to the visitors' bench area as we now announce the starting lineup for the Warriors. Starting at guard, number 0, junior Ben Texera. Starting at center, number 11, senior Chris Isaiah. Starting at guard, number 3, senior captain Aiden Dinovich. Starting at guard, number 5, senior captain Olivier Labossiere. Starting at guard, number 10, senior captain Serge Gabayan. The Warriors are led by head coach Stephen Harrington and assistants Jeremy Cullman, Matt Coffey, Andrew Katrukas, Andrew Palillo, and Nick Paris. And now, please join me in welcoming your Abington Green Wave varsity basketball team. Starting tonight for the Abington Green Wave, at guard, number 12, sophomore Jack Riley. Starting at forward, number 11, junior captain Kingston Maxwell. Starting at forward, number 20, junior captain Tyler Stady. Starting at center, the man in the middle, number 0, senior captain Jake McSherry. And starting at guard, number 10, senior captain Michael Riley. The Green Wave are led by head coach Peter Serino, with assistant coaches Jason Brown, Chris Marquardt, Bud Madden, Frank Corliss, and Trent Washington, and team manager Javier Montano. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats as you pay tribute to our country and to those who defend our freedom, as Abington High School senior Jason Shorter now sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello and welcome to Abington High School for tonight's MIAA Division III round of 16 game. It is the Watertown Raiders coming down to the South Shore to face your Abington Green Wave. As always, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson, joined alongside tonight by the one and only Chris Coyle. This a highly anticipated matchup, Chris. The 8 versus 9 seed. There's some caveats we'll get into in just a minute. But on seeds alone, how are you feeling about tonight?
8-9 is the game, right? 8-9 is the game you want to see. Best game in the second round usually. So I'm hoping to see some great action here. Great game. We have a packed Abington High School gymnasium gym, and looking forward to it.
The Green Wave defeated Nipmuc Regional in the first round. Watertown is without their 2 top players tonight. William Carty, number 24, the junior captain, 6'10", is out tonight. He broke his foot into the Raiders' first-round matchup, and Michael Shanian is out with an illness. The Green Wave have it right off the opening tap. Tyler Stady lays it up and in, and the Green Wave are on the board 6 seconds in.
Yeah, that was fast. I haven't seen that play run before. I guess that's what helps when you're not jumping against a 6'10" kid.
Here is number 5, Olivier Labossiere. Long three launch, no good. Aiden Didovic. Ben Texera drives in, kicks out to Serge Gebayan. And Michael Riley is fouled after coming up with the steal, and neither of us were here Friday night in round 1, but we were told that it was the Michael Riley show.
That's what I heard as well, yeah.
Kind of outstoried Kingston Maxwell's 30-plus points.
Filled the stat sheet. Every single stat you can imagine, he filled it up. Apparently, like 5+ in at least everything. 16 points, I think it was. McSherry down low for 2.
Green Wave up 4-0, 7:10 to go here in the first quarter.
Matt, as much as that injury obviously will play into help the Green Wave, it's not anything anybody likes to see at this stage of the game.
Didovic gives over to Christopher Asaya. Now it's Texera on the drive. He threw it off of the bottom of the glass and was fouled by Michael Riley. Absolutely packed gym here tonight, as you mentioned. A great atmosphere as always for Abington playoff basketball especially.
It certainly is, yeah.
Very tough environment to come and play in. A very intimate atmosphere. The fans right on top of the court on 3 sides of the floor.
Student section in full effect. Roped off this time, roped off. Not get too close.
Texera's second attempt. 0 for 2. And now Kingston Maxwell back the other way off the rebound from McSherry. Maxwell pull up long 2, halfway down, rattles out. And Watertown grabs the rebound with Gabayan.
Shot was missed by Gabayan. McSherry pulled down the board.
Maxwell on the Green Wave logo. McSherry outside the key. Back to Maxwell on the far wing. Maxwell 30-plus points to lead the Green Wave to victory in the first round game. Spins underneath, gets his own rebound 3 times, and puts the 4th attempt off the window and in. And 1 for the junior co-captain. First sub of the game is number 25, Josiah Bowen.
Chris Asaya picks up 2 quick fouls in 2 minutes.
Talking to the Green Wave coaching staff, I said before the game, what do you expect to see? And each one of them gave me the same answer. We don't know, because Watertown only plays 5 players every game, all 32 minutes. And 2 of them, the 2 top scorers, are out tonight. So
they're already 6 deep here tonight. So
Jack Riley coming up with a tip, unable to steal it away from Texera. Now Didovic, and the reach-in called on Jack Riley. Inbound on the far side, Labossiere. Tosses it into Joshua Moran, and called for steps indeed. Maxwell, the defensive pressure there, and the Green Wave will take over.
Matt, this is more like the last game we did together, where the Green Wave jumped out to the start and never looked, and hopefully the never look back part occurs, but finally they got going towards the end there, and in the beginning, instead of waiting until it's after the halftime adjustments.
Maxwell tripped up on the drive-in. 5:32 to go here in the first quarter. Watertown still looking to break the ice. 7-0 Green Wave have the lead.
Robbed it, Maxwell.
Here is Bowen all the way in, puts it off the window, too strong. Stady the rebound, and now McSherry in on a semi-break. He goes through some traffic, couple bounces off the iron, and in. 9-0 Abington. Working the crossover is Didovic, kicks out. The corner three falls. That's Bowen, and Watertown, 3 minutes in, is on the board.
Had him as a freshman. Freshman scores their first points.
Maxwell drives, dumps off for McSherry, strong to the glass and in. Labossiere kicks to Gabayan. Now Didovic. Corner look for Labossiere, that doesn't go. McSherry another rebound. And he gives off to Michael Riley. Stady drives in, kick down to McSherry, another two.
Coach Harrington and Watertown may need to stop this bleeding soon.
Green Wave strategy for much of the year has been trying to get Jake McSherry going early underneath. And that will open up some things from the outside. We'll see if that remains true tonight.
There we go.
Maxwell, another defensive board. He's able to spin away from Texera. Maxwell, another dump off to McSherry. And another contested layup for the big man underneath.
That one could have probably been 1+.
15-3 Green Wave, still halfway to go here in the first quarter. Long three for Bowen, doesn't go. McSherry one-hands the rebound. Maxwell gives to Jack Riley now. Pass inside, stole it away.
Jack Riley second.
That'll send in Chris Patterson, his first minutes of the night. The Raider inbound underneath. Labossiere to trigger from baseline. Now Bowen at the top. Gabayan drives, kicks out. Three falls short for Didovic. And out of play, Coach Serino saying that was tipped out by Watertown. He's not going to get the call.
15-3 here, almost 5 minutes into the game. Abington, both offensive and defensive end, putting extreme pressure on the Raiders.
Didovic working against Michael Riley. To the far wing, Labossiere goes behind the back. Didovic. Bowen top of the key. It's good. And a quick timeout called by Coach Stephen Harrington of the Raiders. 15-6, 2:41 remains in the first quarter.
Bowen with all 6 of their points on two deep threes for the Raiders. Other than that, though, not much going on offense for them at all. I mean, it's got to be tough, right? Like you said, they usually go 5 deep. They're already 7 deep tonight, and their top 2 are down, so they're almost 9 deep tonight. I guess if you got 5, you got 5, but when you get in a situation like this, you have kids who have not seen the court, and now you're in the high-stress environment. It's a difficult situation to put them in.
Trial by fire for the Watertown Raiders. Good to see a familiar face back in the gym for the Abington playoff run. Head baseball coach Steve Paraxlis, fresh off of brain surgery.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Was cleared by physical therapy the day after having a brain tumor removed, and now he's back supporting Green Wave Athletics.
I actually dropped my my kids off at school, and he was at the gym door, the high school door, holding it open for kids. Like, he was already back, probably substituting, I'm guessing, on the day. Just incredible.
Good to see Coach Paraxlis. He will be back in the dugout. He says the only negative impact he's going to see is he has to wear a helmet from now on during baseball games.
Probably a good decision. Tyler for deep three.
Stady, long three is good, and he gets on the board for the first time beyond the arc. (18-6) now, the Green Wave are leading Watertown. Bowen steps back, took a couple of looks up at the rim. Instead drove and put it too strong off the window. Maxwell, corner, Stady, step back, three. It's good! Little ankle check from Michael Caterino, the senior. Getting some minutes here for Watertown. Didovic takes a deep three of his own. No good. Rebound loose. Patterson grabs it in traffic. Maxwell, Euro steps. Off the iron and in.
I'd imagine when your offense most years throw it down to the 6'10 guy and create off of there, it makes it very difficult going forward. I think that's why we're seeing they may have to just launch it from long range.
That corner three works for Caterino. I don't like to play the what-if game, but watching 6'10" William Carty and big man Jake McSherry down low would have been a fun battle to watch as a basketball fan.
A lob down to Maxwell from Riley.
45 seconds to go, first quarter, 25-9. Green Wave looking to put this one away early. Winner of this game, worth noting, will face the winner of St. Mary's Lynn, the 1 seed, and the 16 Lynn Classical Bulldogs.
Kickball.
I think we had a kickball of a different kind.
Yes, could have been.
That's Didovic getting up a little bit gingerly.
Absolutely. Give him a second to catch his breath.
Tikhonov in, McSherry out. Didovic, one of the normal 5 for the Raiders. Less than 30 seconds to go. Green Wave have 10 to shoot. Stady with it. Patterson takes the long three, and it's good. Chris Patterson beyond the arc. Didn't think we'd hear that one tonight. 10 seconds to go, now 6. Green Wave up big. A long three thrown up with still 3 seconds left. Out of play.
We're going to get a heave here. A catch and heave.
So the Green Wave are lining up for it. Foot on gas early. Riley to Maxwell. The shot will be good if it counts.
Yeah.
It's
nice
wide left.
That was a nice play design, though.
So we've hit the end of the first quarter. Green Wave 28, Raiders 9.
I mean, to say you couldn't have drawn it up any better is used quite frequently. I think it applies in this case, though, for Coach Peter Serino.
Great look at Green Wave Nation there. Cameraman Dave Bowen. Aiden Calcano de Silva on the production tonight for Abington Community Access. And you see the absolutely packed student section here. Whiteout theme tonight. Always fun to see how all out these kids go.
Yeah, the white wigs.
Some wigs going. I see a white hockey helmet. Great battle by the Green Wave hockey team in their first round game against Norwell, the high-powered Norwell Clippers, the number 1 seed. 4-3 the final in that one.
I watched that on Thursday night. Right here on Abington Cam.
It's a busy time of the year. Andrew Van Luling's going to get some early minutes here. So we see
both Rileys taking a break.
This is definitely the physical lineup, the Merlot line from the Bruins a couple of years ago with Tikhonov, Van Luling, and Chris Patterson, and the 2 top scorers, Kingston Maxwell and Tyler Stady. to the corner for Caterino. A triple, no good. Stady goes high vertical and grabs the rebound. Maxwell setting the offense. Drives, kicks to Tikhonov, and he took too many steps. Coach Serino saying the ball was tipped. Ref saying, yeah,
Maybe.
you're probably right on that one. Labossiere pull up from the elbow, no good. Stady another rebound. Now he's got Andrew Van Luling in alone, lays it off the glass and could have gotten the hit as well.
Yeah.
Spin around jumper, Maxwell clears the glass this time. Stolen away by Labossiere, he's in alone. And he'll lay it up off the glass and in for Watertown's 10th and 11th points.
First field goal from inside the arc, and it comes on a fast break layup.
Maxwell in the corner, still 16 to shoot. He pulls up from the elbow, around the rim and out. Tikhonov gets the rebound back to Maxwell. Another fourth chance, and Didovic down low, able to pull it away.
They are letting some physicality go, especially with 3 referees.
Corner triple, too long. That was attempted by number 10, Sergei Gabayan. And Stady was fouled on his drive. That will slow the up and down pace.
Send him to the line. Calm everything down for a minute.
I was starting to need a little bit of oxygen just watching him run up and down. Stady, excellent free throw shooter, hits his first. McSherry and Michael Riley back in. Maxwell and Van Luling get the break. Joshua Moran will enter for Watertown. Stady goes 2 for 2.
He now has 10, joining McSherry with 10. McSherry also checked back into the game.
Bossier able to put it off the window and in.
Buried in the corner.
Loose on the deck. McSherry using the long reach. And dual possession is called. The Green Wave will recover. Floated into Stady, who hands it back off to Riley. Inside for McSherry. Big man goes to work in the post and out muscles 2 Raiders on his way up to the rack for another deuce. Corner 3 look high arcing for Didovic. No good. Patterson the rebound for Abington. Riley works around Didovic. Now finds Tikhonov. He finds a lane in. Had a shot blocked by Bowen. Now Didovic back the other way.
I feel like Tikhonov almost made that more difficult on himself than it needs to be for a second.
Bossier off the glass and in.
Bossier doing a good job taking it to the hole, trying to keep the Raiders in it.
Jack Riley and Kingston Maxwell are going to come back in to the corner. Patterson saves it. Now McSherry, big man takes a 3 and it's no good.
Bowen for 3.
Patterson clears the glass.
I feel like there has been more than 5 total fouls called in this game so far. We have just been at a breakneck pace. Oh, good look down low by Michael Riley.
Another 2 for McSherry.
14 points for McSherry. Halfway through the second quarter.
Bossier, Bowen thought about the three. Everything seemed to stop there for a second. Now it's Caterino. Labossiere takes the triple, no good. McSherry yielding to Tikhonov for the rebound. And then
Nice
McSherry
walk up to
finds himself
McSherry.
in alone. He's got 16. 3.5 to go in the second quarter.
At some point, Maxwell and Jack Riley are going to check in. Not quite sure when that time might come.
Could be to start the third quarter at this point.
Well, it could be. Oh, everybody left. Everybody watch that one drop.
Third chance for Caterino, and he's able to put it home for Watertown. 38-17, 3:10 to go. Michael Riley took some contact. They let it go. Patterson. Riley goes diving in, and a timeout called by Abington amidst the
That's
passing circus.
One way to get the guys in. So. .303 left to play here in the half. Abington holding a commanding 21-point lead, 38-17 over Watertown. 16 for McSherry, Matt. Looks like we have 10 for Stady, 7 for Maxwell, and a bucket apiece, a 3 for Patterson and 2 for Van Luling on the fast break.
Impressive effort. We don't count assists up here in the press box, but the Green Wave have, we'll say 19 buckets, give or take, 18 buckets, give or take.
I can guarantee you I know somebody here who does count the assists.
Probably 10 assists on 16 to 17
I would agree with
buckets
that.
tonight.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Definite great ball movement, especially out in transition.
.303 to go, second quarter. Green Wave have 20 seconds to shoot. Jack Riley triggers from the far sideline. Stady offline for McSherry, one of the few, if any, turnovers the Green Wave have committed so far. Caterino on the near wing. Didovic takes the three and hits it. Lead to 18 points for the Green Wave. Maxwell working against Labossiere.
Oh, he grabbed, yeah, okay, they saw that.
Foul calls. That'll go on Caterino. Stady catch and shoot. No
Same
good.
team.
McSherry grabs the rebound, getting draped by Bowen, and he's fouled.
Deep three.
Bossier grabs the rebound for Watertown. Corner look for Caterino. That to the bottom of the well.
You want to finish the half strong here. Don't give back everything you've gotten.
Maxwell heard the word
Yeah.
strong and went right to the rack. Didovic behind the back, hands off to Moran. Too strong, Stady the rebound.
Taken away. Oh.
Green Wave recover now, Jack Riley. Crisscrosses into the paint. Maxwell traveled. Didovic. Now Labossiere, 90 seconds to play. Didovic 3, doesn't go. And that hit the support on its way off of the rim.
Yep, up and over.
Jack Riley running the floor now. Hands off to Kingston Maxwell. Now Maxwell drives strong to the glass and in. Green Wave have been cooking inside the paint tonight. Didovic launches. Doesn't go offensive board for Bowen. He tiptoes the baseline. Didovic. Now Labossiere takes the 3. That's offline. Stady clears the glass. Riley
Nice
to
look.
Maxwell. It's good.
Another assist. There we go. Green Wave got down to 15 for a minute. Quick 6-0 run. Gets it back to where it was.
Didovic 3 is good. 25 seconds to play. 44-26. The lead back up to 18 if my math is correct.
You got it.
Shot clock off for the Green Wave. Down to 5. McSherry inside. Spins, puts it up. No good. Got his own rebound with less than a second left. And the second chance falls to give the Green Wave a 20-point lead at the break. 46-26 over the Watertown Raiders.
I mean, impressive. I mean, one thing all through all that, before that last basket by McSherry, Matt, the Raiders had actually outscored the Green Wave in the second quarter by 1 point. But yeah, they were able to, when you get up that lead, you want to maintain, and they did take the 20-point lead into the break. I think the biggest thing is fight complacency, right? Coming out, just human nature. I think if they can come out strong to start the third quarter, it'll set the rest of the game in motion.
It's a 20-point lead for the Green Wave at halftime, 46-26 over Watertown in the MIAA Division III round of 16. We'll take the break and bring you the third quarter of action when we come back right after this.
I liked his play. I gave the player of the game to Michael Riley. I thought Michael's defense was unbelievable, outstanding. I compared him, for those that watch Abington basketball from a bunch of years ago, go back and watch Christian Lapointe play. His speed, his tenacity, Michael Riley had all of that on Friday night. Beautiful, great game.
So we find ourselves with a 20-point Green Wave lead tonight. Did you expect that strong performance from Friday to continue as the Green Wave face the higher seeds?
Absolutely. I don't see any let up in these guys. They go 4 quarters, the whole game. It's high energy, high efficiency. I thought the passing in the first half was unbelievable. I thought Kingston Maxwell's assist to Jake McSherry, he must have had 5 or 6 assists in there, Chris. I think that's the unsung part of the game that Kingston does. If he gets in there and he gets double teamed in the paint, triple teamed a lot, if he dishes off to Jake, Jake's the biggest guy on the floor. Give him the ball on the block,
And
he's
he
going to
has
make it.
that scoring touch, that scoring ability. Matt and I were talking about, we don't keep track of the assists, but they had to have assisted on it like 65 to 75% of the baskets that were made, I would think.
There was a lot of guys touching the ball in the offensive end, and they were really looking to work the ball down low in the first quarter.
Yep.
The second half, you have Kingston's numbers on there, Chris.
13 points.
I
yes.
thought in the second quarter he was shooting lights out. Tyler Stady had a couple 3-pointers. But again, Jake down low. He's just going to own the boards down there. They got a good team. They got a good shooting team, but they're missing a few players off their bench.
Especially the height, the 6'10", in the
That big
paint
guy.
where it matters most.
Yeah. He was, I saw him before the game. He's a big dude, that kid.
I'll
He is
never
big.
see above 5'6". I'm okay with that. I've accepted it. I'm just saying it would be nice to see the top shelf of the cabinets once in a while.
Yeah. I think Jake, I'm not sure Jake would have as much ease down low on the block if that big 6'10" guy was there. but something else would have opened up. I think they would have played all right.
He'd still be able to create the space. He might not be able to get to the hoop, and Kingston may have trouble getting there to the rim for some of the layups, but I think Jake would be able to create the space. Then it'd be what happens after that.
I couldn't agree more, Chris. Good point. Good point.
One of the things that always we notice during Abington playoff basketball is the atmosphere here in the gymnasium, Chris. Touch on what it's been like so far through the 2 games of the playoffs.
Sean was just mentioning it to me earlier. He was saying the crowd is so loud tonight compared to what we've had during the regular season. Friday night, I thought it was amped up a little bit. They had a really good student section here on Friday night. But tonight, I think the student section behind the basket on the home team end, awesome. They're rolling.
Well, it's a 20-point Green Wave lead at halftime. The winner of this game will move on to face the winner of St. Mary's of Lynn and Lynn Classical.
Somebody from Lynn.
The city battle. Lynn, the city of sin. We'll see who comes out of that one. That tips off just about 5 minutes ago, so we'll check in on that as the second half of this game progresses. But it's the Green Wave 46, the Raiders 26 at halftime. We'll step aside and take a quick break and bring you third quarter action here on Abington Community Access and Media right after this. Hello and welcome back into the gymnasium here at Abington High School. It's second half action. The Watertown Raiders, the Abington Green Wave in the round of 16, the MIAA Division III playoffs. I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. He's Chris Coyle. 20-point Green Wave lead at halftime. Let's go inside the locker rooms. Chris, what did Coach Peter Serino tell his team?
I have to think it's no complacency. Come out just as strong to start this half. And Don't be complacent. And we'll go from there. The rest of it will carry the way. From a fan perspective on the outside looking, I think if they're able to do that, say increase this lead to 25 or more, that's where it might be. Watertown may start sensing reality as human beings.
Meanwhile, head coach Stephen Harrington of the Raiders in a less than ideal position of losing his 2 starters and 2 top scoring threats tonight. What did he tell his squad at the break?
I think it has to be something just along the lines of just keep going hard, right? Keep showing the effort, keep going hard. We'll get some shots to fall and we'll get back in this game. I think that's got to be the message for him.
Rebound tip to Stady, who, as always, one of the more impressive Green Wave members, although the leading scorer tonight, Chris, is Jake McSherry. Talk about his first half.
I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, everything, the moves down low, the ability to get the shots off down low, it was constant. They were feeding him right in motion, too. It was no wasted motion. Rolling to the hoop, giving it to him. He finished with 18 in the first half. Maxwell at 13. I have Stady with 10. He has 2 to start the half as well.
Vossier breaks the ice for Watertown in the second half, and Kingston Maxwell answers 94 feet down the court. Didovic for Watertown. Now it's Christopher Isaiah. We've seen, I believe, 9 different Raiders tonight, and all season long they only played 5. Corner 3 hit by Isaiah. Chris Patterson's going to come back in.
Coach Serino must have saw something he didn't like on one of those defensive possessions.
Maxwell spins and gets the tough contested layup off the glass. Vossier driving, he's got a lane. Maxwell might have tipped it. Now Stady back the other way, has McSherry breaking with him. Stady takes it himself, spins it.
You're going to get Jake around the top.
Didn't get the friendly roll, and McSherry called for the foul. Patterson in for Michael Riley. Full court man look for the Green Wave.
Ooh.
Patterson able to steal it away. Now Maxwell pulls up from the charity stripe and rattles it home.
That was all set up by Patterson's defense there at not let him cross half court.
I was about to mention that they were in danger of a 10-second violation.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I looked up, Patterson had it on the far sideline. Jack Riley kisses it off the glass and in.
Looked like he got hit in the head on that, too.
Bowen's going to come back in for the Raiders. And a timeout called by Coach Stephen Harrington. 56-33. The Green Wave lead is 23 points.
Yeah, they've come out. I mean, they've come out and done what they needed to do. I think keep up that pressure. Finish off this quarter the same way they started off this quarter. I think they'll be in a good spot. Labossiere continues to try to keep Watertown in this game as much as he can. He's now into double figures with 10. Clearly penetrating to the basket. He's probably their top option right now. Ironically enough, almost everybody else's shot. Looking here, there's only take Labossiere out, who has 10 two-point baskets. There's only been one other two-point basket for the Raiders on the night. 7 threes they've hit.
When you have that 6'10" inside presence,
Yeah.
you love to take advantage of it, but if it's not there, you got to start playing live and die by the three. And that is what Watertown is doing here tonight.
I mean, it's honestly not a bad strategy with what you have to go with in a high school game at this point. So
Maxwell, Jack Riley, Stady, McSherry, and Chris Patterson for the Green Wave. McSherry underneath, spins, and lays it in.
his touch around the basket's incredible.
Bossier hands off to Texera. McSherry comes up with a loose ball now underneath on the defensive side. 25-point lead for Abington, looking to add to it. Stady, now Jack Riley. Had it tipped out. Got it back, now to the corner. Another Patterson looked for three, and that one is left short. Josiah Bowen, nice pass down low.
Good fake.
Bowen fakes out McSherry, or rather Maxwell, and gets two.
Nice work there by the freshman.
Maxwell,
Oh,
fade
that's
away.
That was pretty. Joins McSherry, both over 20 points. Well, at least the 20-point mark.
Corner three. Clanked in for Gabayan. Maxwell lost it. Didovic's going to let it go. Three minutes to go, third quarter. Tikhonov's going to come back in for Abington. Didovic long three is good. Cuts it back to 19.
Nice little 6-0 run for them. Just when I thought it was about to get fully away.
Maxwell skipped past Patterson. Tipped away by Watertown, and here comes Tikhonov. In for McSherry, who is a little bit wondering why he was taken out of the game. Yeah.
Usually you don't see that.
He was surprised to see he was getting the call. Maxwell recovers.
Oh, same team. Oh, nice hustle by Jack Riley.
Now Stady from deep. 6 feet beyond the arc. And Stady puts the Green Wave back up by 22, 63-41. Didovic for the answer, no good. Bowen corrals the rebound. Another three is, we see no attempted penetration there. We saw 5 Raiders all outside the arc.
The rebound took a bad hop there, hit the rim twice.
Bossier working against Maxwell. Now it's Texera.
Good hands by Maxwell there.
Long three, Labossiere, no good. Another offensive rebound, a fresh 35 seconds. Didovic will take the three this time. And another fourth or fifth chance.
Yeah.
That one goes for Watertown. Maxwell strong to the glass, no good.
That's going to be on
Rebound kicked
Maxwell.
out. Labossiere involved with Kingston Maxwell. .115 to go, third quarter.
Another fast-moving quarter.
Texera takes the triple. Rattles out. Maxwell another rebound. Patterson took some contacts. No good. Taking off the rebound. Spins. And has two for him.
Oh, offensive foul. Taking off, doing the dirty work, taking a charge on Labossiere.
7 members of the Green Wave on the score sheet tonight. Sherry comes back in, as does Michael Riley. Patterson and Tikhonov back to the bench. Stady working against Didovic. Sherry works his way around, gives back to Stady, who crosses over. And he was fouled underneath.
It was a late whistle there. It was a good call, but it was a late whistle.
Josiah Bowen called for the contact.
When you see that, Matt, sometimes you think he thought it was his partner's call to make and was expecting his partner to make it when he didn't. Oh, Tikhonov going right back in with Patterson.
Energy line for the Green Wave. Tikhonov, Patterson, and Van Looling.
Van Looling about to come in for Stady.
And Michael Riley's in there as well, so Maxwell is the scoring threat. This lineup could do some serious defensive damage. Shot clock off, 25 seconds to go. Labossiere working against Maxwell. Kicked out, Didovic the three. No good, rebound loose. Watertown recovers it. Labossiere drives baseline, puts it off the glass and in. Now the Green Wave with 5 to shoot. Van Looling has it. He's gonna launch. Van Looling off the glass. No good, the buzzer sounds. The third quarter has come to an end. The Green Wave extend their lead by 1. 67-46. 21-point lead for Abington as they look to advance to the Elite 8 round against the winner of St. Mary's of Lynn and Lynn Classical. Now a 30-19 lead up at St. Mary's for the Spartans. They're the number 1 seed. The Lynn Classical team is the 16th, so if the Classical team wins, Abington would be home in the next round, if all things hold here tonight, of course. If it's St. Mary's, the Green Wave are on the road on Friday night up in Lynn,
Headed north.
If we end up making it up there, we'll have to stop at the Calhoun on Route 1 in Saugus on the way.
After 3, Maxwell leads with 21. McSherry had 20. Stady with 17. And then a handful of Green Wave players, each with a basket. Van Looling with 2. Tikhonov with 2. Jack Riley with 2. And Chris Patterson with 3. Michael Riley actually has a score tonight, doing all the dirty work again, though.
Riley's typically love to sacrifice their body and throw it around, anything to get the loose ball. runs in the family. It does it with the Van Lulings, too. They're just those types of players.
Michael picks up his second foul here.
Bowen at the free throw line. Rattles his first attempt out. You see the mini fan section to our left through the windows.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, there it is over there. Next second.
1 for 2 at the line goes Bowen. Lead at 20 for the Green Wave. Jack was fouled.
Bowen commits that foul.
That might be his third, no, his second. Jack all the way in for McSherry, and
From our angle, I wasn't sure if Jack was going to hit the shot.
I thought that's what the play was. Just go up, get it, and shoot it before you hit the floor again. Tipped out by Watertown. Now in for Maxwell. Stady, heat check. Comes up short. And I think they say that one hit the support as well. Seven and a half to play. Benjamin Texera to the corner. Another three attempt by Didovic. No good.
Watertown has picked up the offensive rebounding more this half than they had in the first half. The Green Wave can clean that up to be able to pull this game away.
The boss here, three from the top is good. Riley spins, goes behind the back. Dumps off to McSherry, and it's good.
Let's get back to what got you there. Feed the post.
22 now for McSherry.
22, you got it.
Texera now Labossiere. Last year, the Green Wave in the MIAA playoffs ran into top seed Charlestown, and they were able to knock off Abington. Charlestown was one of those teams, they went undefeated last year on their way to the state championship.
Oh, what a look.
Great interior passing. McSherry, a couple of chances underneath, but in talking to the Green Wave coaches before the game, there is no team like that. There's no runaway this year. They say it's a wide open field. McSherry gets blocked from behind, got his own rebound, and hit it over Josiah Bowen.
Lead back up to 19. Holding steady.
Bowen corner three is good. A couple bounces off the iron. Touch of 16 now, 71-55. Michael dishes to Jack Riley. Jack drives baseline. Michael takes the three. Doesn't go. Rebound to Bowen. Can't get around Maxwell. Back the other way. Trying to get around Texera.
They're letting a lot of contact go again. That might have been a foul on one in the layup. Maxwell was definitely fouled from half court down.
Didovic's triple doesn't go.
They're going to call a bridge on Michael Riley.
Contact underneath. .5:01 to go. Third foul on Michael Riley now, and Coach Peter Serino, his jaw's on the floor.
He has a gripe here. I mean, he had two hands on Maxwell from half court all the way to the basket. They've routinely called that foul if you go underneath somebody on a box out like that.
Texera, now Bowen. Pump fakes.
Who wants to shoot it? Oh, it's a foul.
Drives in, gets the bucket and one.
Leads down to 14. Nah. Raiders outscored the Green Wave by 7 so far. A little over 3 minute, 3 and change into this fourth quarter.
Second foul on McSherry. Lead cut to 13 now, 71-58. Pass fired up to Jack Riley, who steps into a three. Doesn't get that one.
Nice
Offensive
rebound
board
by
for
Tullis.
Stady. And a timeout called by Abington with the lead back up to 73-58. 4.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Up in Lynn, it's St. Mary's 31, Lynn Classical 24.
Okay, so getting a little closer. Second quarter.
About to hit halftime. 45 seconds left. Packed house up there in Lynn, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Get the combo auditorium with the stage behind one of the buckets where the cheerleaders sit. People lining all sides of the floor up
See,
there.
there's three schools up there.
3 schools: Lynn English, Lynn Tech, and St. Mary's.
Okay.
They all just cannibalize each other in the
Yeah,
playoffs
yeah,
in every
yeah.
sport. Winner of this game will face the winner of that game. $73-58 here. The Green Wave leading the Raiders.
Just under 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter.
Texera bounces it around Maxwell and got it back. Had a little bit of space for a look from 3, didn't opt for it. Now kicks out. LaBossiere will take the triple. Too strong. Bowen the offensive board underneath. And Michael Riley grabs the
Look out
rebound,
below.
flings it to Maxwell, who throws it down one-handed.
I think the Green Wave, Coach Serino after the timeout, it's swarmed the three-point line on defense now.
Timeout called by Watertown. 3:48 to go. 75-58. Meanwhile, there's still 3.5 seconds left in the first half in Lynn. It's now 31-27. Look from 3
And that'll be the score at the half.
was off of the rim and out. So the Spartans leading Classical by 4 at the break. We'll keep an eye on that one should the second half commence before we wrap up here. But if all things hold, the Green Wave will be advancing to the round of 8, the state quarterfinals. The other side of this side of the bracket, you've got number 36 Norton hosting, or traveling to Old Rochester, the 20 seed.
Yeah, those upsets happen down there.
Greater Lawrence, the 5, hosting number 12 Foxborough, the Warriors.
Foxborough, I saw their record was about 8-14 or something like that, so they must have just played some serious competition to still get the 12 seed with that record.
God love the MIAA's power ranking system.
I also saw Stoneham was able to get in on an appeal. Came in as the last seed after using an ineligible player for their first 9 games. They since eliminated. They did win their preliminary round game, but they lost their first round game.
On the other side of the sheet, number 2 Norwell hosting number 15 Linfield. Number 7 Salem hosting number 10 Hanover. Number 3 Newburyport hosting number 14 Boston Latin.
I'd imagine most of those games are tonight, Matt, right? Tonight or tomorrow at
Yes.
the latest.
And number 6 Taconic is hosting number 22 Apponequet in the largest distance between two schools in the first round. Taconic way out west. Bossier gets around one man. 3 for
Another rebound for Stady. He's got to have at least 8 rebounds, I'd say, on the night.
working his way towards a double-double, but I don't think he has the points yet, which is surprising for him.
Stady does have the points.
He does?
Yeah.
He's had a couple of really quick catch-and-shoots. Patterson called for the travel.
3 minutes even left to go. Green Wave with a 17-point lead.
Bossier kicks out the three. No good for Caterino. Stady.
Nice look by Maxwell down to Patterson.
Greater Lawrence Tech 56, Foxborough 38, the final score.
Kevin Lopes about to see some playing time tonight as well. Good for the senior. Trying to get in a little too soon.
On his first attempt, high off the rim and bounces back in. Van Lewin, Kevin Lopes,
Everybody.
Liam and Brendan Ward, and Connor Pease. Andrew Pease.
Riley Pease.
Riley Pease. Mass confusion in my head
Don't worry
for
about
a
it.
second there. 2 minutes to go. The Green Wave up 77 to 59. Ward clears the glass.
Help him out. There you go.
Now it's Pease. Van Luling takes the jumper offline. Didovic the rebound. Caterino puts it off the glass and in. Timeout called by Watertown with 1:44 to go.
Like the one thing Coach Serino may tell his guys right now is we don't need a shot with 23 seconds left on the shot clock.
Loud atmosphere here in the gym tonight. Time dwindling down.
Hold on to the ball, make your free throws. Once they get to it, they still have to foul you 4 more times to even shoot them. So
We're going to talk about a blazing pace. We're an hour and about 10 minutes into the broadcast. And we've got 1:42 left in the fourth quarter. Blazing
I know,
pace tonight.
it's crazy.
Not a lot of fouls, not a whole heck of a lot of timeouts. Not a lot of turnovers. Foul there.
I think Coach Serino's trying to decide, does he want a true ball handler? Maybe decision might be made for him now, as Watertown seems to be making the same moves as he already did.
I think they're putting in most of the seniors. Christopher Saya back in, as well as Joshua Moran. Caterino out there. And Emilio Burnt, number 22, his first minutes tonight. And Caleb Mayhew. Pease. Now it's Ward. And he was fouled by Joshua Moran.
JV call-ups getting their turn now.
Thomas Kerr, Kyle Duggan, and Matthew Sullivan in. They replace Ward, Squared, and Van Luling. 1 minute to go. This is Kyle Duggan. Shoot it. Sullivan. Now Kerr gives to Pease.
See those guys after the call-up. Give them. I don't mind if they shoot the ball now. Try to get your first varsity points.
Duggan floats. Doesn't get it. Rebound to Mayhew. He'll take the pull-up three. No good. Rebound loose. And it was Kerr stepping on the end line. Mayhew, shot clock off now, 30 seconds to play. That angle, nice looking shot.
That's a nice take.
Duggan now, Sullivan. Pease takes the three and hits it. Riley Pease with 10 seconds to go. Mayhew hits a three, and that should pretty much do it. Buzzer sounds. Green Wave are moving on. They'll face the winner of St. Mary's of Lynn and Lynn Classical High School, presumably on Friday night. They defeat the Watertown Raiders 80-68, 22-point margin of victory. Chris, it was wire to wire for the Green Wave. Watertown had some unfortunate circumstances, but in the playoffs, you got to do what you got to do. The Green Wave scored the points, and they're moving on.
Yeah, I mean, it was coming in, right? I mean, surprised to, at least to me, showing up here, knowing what was sitting on the other side, but the Green Wave can only play who's on the other side of them, and they came out of the gates, and if we're being honest, Matt, it was at the end of the first quarter, it would have taken a real seismic shift to change what we thought was going to happen.
So, Abington will move on to face a team from the city of Lynn. Keep an eye on Peter Serino's Twitter account at AbingtonAD for updates on time and opponent. Want to thank you for watching this stream and every stream here on the networks of Abington Community Access and Media. Want to thank our friends over at Watertown Cable Access for airing our coverage of the game as well. Hello to the folks in Watertown on behalf of our cameraman Dave Bowen, Aiden Cocano da Silva, our executive producer Kevin Tachi, my broadcast partner Chris Coyle. I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. We will see you next game.